And as you're lying there, you just pay attention to how the back of yourself is making contact with the floor. Noticing the back of your right heel, the back of your right hip, and just get a sense of the line from the right hip to the right heel. Nothing exact, just easy with yourself. Just lining up from the right hip to the right heel, just get a feeling. And then notice the back of your left heel, the back of your left hip, and the same thing, lining up your left hip with your left heel. Not forcing the line. You know, the line for some of you is not going to line up. It's going to be either inside the heel, outside the heel, not continuous. We're developing this line as we go along. And notice the back of your right shoulder, back of your right hand, back of your, notice the line now of the right arm, sense of the line. Notice the back of your left shoulder, the back of your left hand, and again, noticing the line of the left arm, the sense of the line. And, you know, the more in the dark you are about this, it's actually better. Because if you think you got it, you're definitely in the wrong place. Because that line constantly changes, and it comes and goes. You get a glimpse and it goes away. So, and now notice the line of your spine, meaning from the lowest part of your spine, between your hips, your sacrum, up your back, up your lower back, your lumbar spine, up behind your navel, continues up the back, behind your solar plexus, right up the back of the chest, the middle of your chest, behind your sternum, right up to the top of the back, cervical vertebra 7, right up into your neck, right up through the base of the skull, right out the head, right, the line of the spine. And you just notice however you are, however you can, those 5 lines, line of the right leg, line of the left leg, line of the left arm, line of the right arm, and the line up your back. Feldenkrais calls these the 5 cardinal lines. Just get a feeling how you contact those lines. And pretty much you might go, some of you might get 3. As time goes on, you'll be able to get all 5 at once, and then it will dissipate. It's not like you keep it. Because if you kept it, you would be a robot, and you'd be stiff, and you wouldn't be able to move. They need to adapt constantly. They adapt to time, they adapt to space, they adapt to gravity. So very gently now, please come to lying on your tummies. Put one hand on top of the other for now, and just let your forehead rest in your hands. You come to lying on your tummy. Just let your forehead rest on your hands, easy. And just let your feet be long, not standing. Just let the feet be long, easy. And I want to say something about the imagination. The imagination is very powerful when you work on movement with your body. And it's very different from the other senses. If you're hungry and you imagine that you're eating, it's not going to help the hunger, right? It's not going to sate the hunger. If you're thirsty and you imagine you're drinking, it's not going to sate. And it's like that with a lot of our cravings and our wants and our needs. But with movement, Feldenkrais said that if you can imagine a movement, you can do it. And also, if you can't imagine it, you can't do it. All right. So a lot of us, when we find that we can't do a movement, we're trying to force the square into the round or the round into the square. So we need to understand how to use imagination, because my experience of using imagination is that when I imagine a movement, I can do it better. I find more efficiency in myself, in my nervous system, in dealing with the movement then. So just imagine right now that somebody, some person, or he or she, it doesn't matter, is pressing a finger on the top of the back of your right heel, as if they're pressing it down into the floor. And you want it, and where they press into the heel, it's going to be in the middle, so that you don't go to the right or the left, but you press down, and you start to feel, as you're pressing down, this imaginary person's pressing down, which happens to be you, but don't worry about it, that you feel a solidity, that you feel not the flesh going off, but the middle where the bones are, you start to feel a solidity, something solid, so that the hand, the finger, stays in the middle. And now come down off the heel and go behind your right knee, and start to imagine someone, don't you press, don't you dare press. Don't you misuse your nervous system by using consciousness. Don't you press. Just imagine someone's pressing behind your right knee. Now you get a good idea, because you can feel when someone presses behind the right knee, where the solidity is, where in the front of your knee. You might even feel your patella, your kneecap, press a little on the floor. Not that you're doing it, that it's a reflexive action. It's reflecting your imagination. So now go down a little below the knee and find again the middle and press there. And continue like that down the right leg, every half inch or so, and you find, and then you press, it's not there, it's there, and you find, where's the solidity? And you press there, and then you go down again. You get between the knee and your foot, you do 4 or 5 presses, finding the solidity, and you'll see it starts to line up. And then finally, using your imagination, you come back to the heel, and you press on the back of the top of the right heel, and feeling the whole bottom of the leg, noticing that line. Now, take an iron metal ball, about somewhere between a golf ball and a tennis ball, and rest it on the back of the top of the right heel. Feel the weight of the ball, as if someone were pressing. And now roll the ball down to that first point where you pressed under the heel. And then roll it to the next point. And every time feeling the weight of the ball, the pressing of the ball, and it becomes clearer and clearer that there's a kind of solidity to a line that the ball is following, nice and easy. And then go up a little more, the lower leg, and then up behind the calf, feeling that ball. And then go right up into the back of the right knee again and feel the weight of the ball, the pressing. And now, just let the ball roll down the back of the lower right leg, soft and easy in that groove, finding the places, going from press to press, right up onto the back of your right heel. And notice if you're starting to sense something, feel something happening from the relationship of the imagining the weight of the ball and the ball now rolling back down over the heel, the right heel, up behind the lower right leg, right in the middle. It's not going to, if it goes a little right, left, it's going to get to the fleshy parts, it's going to roll off. You got to stay where there's some solidity, that feeling of solidness. And you go right up behind the knee. And now go up over the knee, up toward the upper leg. Go into the upper leg. And at the bottom there, just above the knee, it's very clear because it is one bone that comes right down into the kneecap there, the femur bone. And just feel how your ball lines up with that. And then go up a little higher. Easy, easy. And then you go up a little higher again, just a little at a time, feeling, more important to feel the ball, to feel the imagination working with the ball. That's so important. And you might come and go. For some of you, this is not going to be easy to keep your mind so focused on your neuroanatomy. So take your time and notice that you went away and come back. That's all. And then come up a little higher on the lower leg and feel the ball, feel where it's pressing. And then when you get up, somewhere up near the buttock, it's becoming less and less clear, right? It's not as clear. So just bear with that. Just come up a little bit more where it's not so clear, and stay with the feeling of that not being clear to you. And then when you get up as high as you can, stop there, and then slowly begin to roll the ball back down the upper back of the thigh toward the knee, slowly, feeling the groove, feeling the pressing, back up behind, down to the back of the knee, and then continue on lower, 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 going lower, down the back of the leg, till you finally come up behind the right heel again. And just let the ball rest on the heel, let yourself breathe. And then one more time, roll your little iron ball over your heel, feeling that it presses in the solid parts in the middle of the leg, up the lower leg, up behind your knee, you feel it pressing, imagining. As soon as you start to press, as soon as you make effort, you'll lose your imagination. Imagination and effort are incompatible. And then you go up the leg, up again, higher and higher, until you get to where, at the top of the back of the right leg there near the buttock, it's very unclear. Just stop there and leave that, just leave the ball there. Just leave it there. And now bring your left arm up above you on the floor, palm on the floor. It doesn't have to be completely straight, right? And now imagine someone's pressing into the back of your left hand, right behind your middle finger at the palm of the hand, down. Someone's pressing there, and you're going to feel sensations going down through the hand into the floor. Imagine someone's pressing right in the middle of your left wrist. Imagine someone's pressing right in the middle of your left elbow. And now, go back to your hand and put your imaginary iron ball on your hand and feel it pressing down, and begin to very, very lightly, very slowly roll the ball down to the wrist, and let it rest on the wrist, and feel the weight of the ball on the wrist pressing down. And then start to roll it down over the wrist, down toward the elbow on the lower arm, finding the solidity, the balancing point. Take your time. If you go right or left off the where there's something solid, the ball will fall off. So, and you know, your nervous system knows where that is. So don't look too hard. Looking too hard, you're only getting away. Down the arm till you come to the elbow. And then go back up the arm again, from the elbow back up over the lower arm. Soft and easy. Back up to the right wrist. Back up onto the back of the hand. And once again, you're on the back of the hand, roll down to the wrist. And then down from the wrist, down the arm. Feeling where it presses. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Slow your mind down, slow your heart down, slow your life down. Easy, easy. Down to the elbow. And now go up from the elbow to the shoulder, up that upper right arm, up the humerus bone. Easy. Go slow, go easy. Easy, easy. Feel the sensations. And then when you come up to the top, you got to go over the shoulder blade onto the scapula. Very, very unclear, so take your time how you actually do it. Take your time. You go over the shoulder and the ball comes up onto your left scapula. Easy, easy. And now let it roll from the scapula back over the shoulder, down the upper arm, into the elbow. Feel sensations, see it moving, feel it moving from the elbow down toward the wrist on the lower arm. Easy. Right in the middle, from the wrist back onto the hand. Rest there, just rest. Breathe. So now put your little metal ball, iron ball, on your right heel again and put one up, two balls now, and one on the back of your right hand. And now do a very, very small movement. No, first do this. Just imagine that you're lifting your bottom of your right leg just a little, and that to help the ball roll down toward the knee, just a little. Just imagine that you're lifting the leg just ever so slightly to allow the ball to roll down to the back of the right knee. Easy. In your imagination. And now, the smallest movement you can do, lift the lower leg to help the ball. Just very, very tiny. And let the ball roll down. Now, some of you, you're way up there. Whoa, whoa. I mean, very, very tiny. And you let it roll down. So you're not trusting your nervous system. The more you need to do, the less you trust yours. And I'm going to put it like this. Your nervous system is you. The less you trust yourself. So let it roll down. The less you do, the more you feel. The more you feel, the more real you are. The more you do, the less you feel. The less real. The less you're in real, meaning reality. Right? Become a theory, an idea. So just now lift it a little more. Now let it roll from the leg, back of the knee, up to your back of your buttock on the right side, up to the back of the buttock. Easy. Good. Easy, up to the back of the buttock. Right? Good. Leave that alone. Go to the back of the left hand, put the ball on the left hand. Imagine you're lifting the left hand just ever so slightly, the bottom of the left arm, and the ball is rolling down toward the left elbow. The ball is rolling down toward the left elbow. Very, very, imagine. You're not lifting, you're imagining. Feel how, just imagine the lift, just imagine that the arm's coming up. it changes the pitch for the ball. That's all you need to do. Now see if you can lift ever so slightly, just to change the pitch. Pitch means where you go toward gravity. And it goes down the arm, down the elbow, up into the back of the shoulder blade. And then when the arm goes down, it comes back down, easy. And then once again, up, lift ever so slightly, up, easy, down to the shoulder blade. Good. Leave the ball on the shoulder blade. Leave the arm on the floor. Leave it on your shoulder blade, balance there. Now lift your right heel a little again. Let the ball come down the back of the right heel toward the right knee, up the back of the leg, up behind the buttock. And now leave the ball there. Leave the ball there. Let your right leg relax on the floor. Now do a very small movement. Now you got a ball on your right shoulder, and then you got a ball on your right top of your right on top your left shoulder and top of your right hip. Now imagine that you're lifting your right shoulder blade ever so slightly, and it allows the ball to roll down your back, across the spine, down to where the ball is at the top of the back of the right leg. Easy. Just imagine that. You're lifting the shoulder ever so slightly. Good. Now, it gets to the top of the right leg. Imagine you're lifting ever so slightly the right side of your pelvis away from the floor to allow the ball to roll back up to your left shoulder. Easy. So it's on the diagonal going again. It might feel strange how it gets to where it gets. Goes across your back, over your spine, up. Good. So now, roll the ball from using just that slight lifting of the left shoulder down to the right hip, and then from the back of the right buttock, lifting the right hip, rolls back up to the left shoulder. See if you can find how that works. I don't want to tell you what to do. See if you can find how that works with your body. You have to do something with your pelvis, something with your tummy, something with your shoulders. There's a lot involved. Good. Now just try this. Lift your arm, your left arm off the floor and your right leg a little. Lift them both up. And now lift the leg a little higher and let the ball roll from the top of the hip up to the left shoulder. Now lift the left arm a little and let the leg go down a little and let the ball go across your back toward it. And then lift the leg and then see if you can start to, without them fully coming back to the floor, see if you can start to rock a little between lifting the arm and lifting the leg and feeling. More important than that, it's sensing and feeling, imagining that ball rolling across your back. Just try it. See what it feels like. Nothing goes back to the floor. See if you can, and this is a real strengthening exercise in Feldenkrais. I call this really putting the glue together throughout the limbs and the torso. Good. Now do it a little quicker. Don't press the other leg. Don't press the right arm. Don't press the left leg. Just staying like you're floating. Like you're floating. Good. Let it go. Please lie on your backs and rest. Don't worry about what you got to. Something got to you. That's what's important. So pay attention now when you lie on your back and rest to what you're sensing, what you're feeling. What's the sense? You lie on your back. Get a sense of the line of your right leg and your left arm. Try not to fix yourself. Try not to make yourself feel at ease right now because there's something different going on. I want you to pay attention to that. Right leg, right. So I want you to take a string, a piece of string, and it goes through your right heel. The string goes up the back of your right leg, up to your right hip, and then the string goes across up to your back of your left shoulder blade, and then it goes down the string from your left shoulder blade, down your left arm. A piece of string runs through you, right? A piece of string from your right heel, up the leg to the right hip, up to the left shoulder blade, down to the left hand, right? Now I want you to imagine that that string is attached to your left hand, and it's got a little bit of an elasticity to it. Now go back to your right leg, and I want you to imagine somebody's pulling that string through the back of, don't do anything, just pull, imagine somebody's pulling a string through the back of your right heel, and feel how when they pull the string to the back of your right heel, what happens to the back of your right hip? When they pull the string, imagine they're pulling the string through the right heel, what happens to the back of the right hip? What happens to now the string going from your right hip to your left shoulder as they pull through? Just feel it. What happens to the string going from your left hand up to your left shoulder? So feel when they pull the string through your right foot, everything gets pulled. The right hip, the left shoulder, the left hand, it's all following that string. Good. Now, stop there and do the opposite. Attach the string to the bottom of your right heel, and somebody's pulling the string now through your left hand, and that's pulling on your left arm, and that's pulling on your left shoulder, and that's pulling on your right hip, and that's pulling on your right leg. Just imagine all that. This is more important than the movement that you were doing. Lining up with your internal self-image. Good. Let it go. Rest. Just rest. Don't. Something's, if you just stay with the imagination, something is getting to you. Let it happen. And you can only be easy and breathe and not look for results, not want anything. The more you want, the less you will get. The less you want, the more you will get. It's an inverse relationship. That's how your nervous system is. Yeah. Easy. Easy. Please come to lying on your tummies again. Put your right hand up above you there. Let the legs be long. Turn, if you can, turn your head so that you're looking to the right, if you can. Okay? And now, put that metallic ball on the back of your left heel and let it roll down your left heel, feeling it press. See, your imagination's very alive right now, so we don't need to go back to step one. That you only do that in academics. You need to always go back, go back, go back. No. Once your body knows, it knows. So let the ball roll down the back of the left heel, up the back of the left leg. Notice if it's pressing down, if it stays in the middle, right into the back of the left knee. And then roll it back, down from the knee, the middle of the leg, up into comes right back up on the left heel, easy, easy. And do that a number of times, just letting it roll, easy, slowly. You know, you don't get any more by going quicker and going from one end to the other. You get much more by taking all the time you can to get from the heel to the knee, or the knee to the heel. The more you slow it down, the more real something becomes to your feelings, not to your theory of what should be going on, but to your actual feelings. And then once you come up, everybody come up now, bring the ball to the back of the left knee, feel it pressing in, and roll up the back of the upper leg. Easy, easy. Take your time. Go slow. Feel it pressing. And notice how clear it is just above the knee. and then it goes up a little higher. And as you go up the back of the leg, again, as you go up and higher, as you approach the buttock, it will become less and less clear. Go slow. And then once you get up to the back of the buttock or at the top of the back, wherever this is all approximate. And then you roll it back down again to the knee. Easy. Feeling it on your leg, feeling the indentation it makes, feeling the pressure, how it pushes through, right through the solid part of the leg to the floor in your imagination. And now, come back up again. Wherever you are, just turn it around and reverse it. Don't worry about it. So that it comes back up to the top of the leg. And now run it all the way down to the heel. Take your time. Run it all the way down to the heel. Inch by inch, slowly feeling the pressure. Where it's unclear, maybe stop and imagine somebody's pressing there. And then go back and let the ball roll over that area. Go back to a joint, go back to the knee, go back to the top of the buttock, wherever you find it's not clear, and then go back over. And then when you get all the way back down on top of the left heel, let the ball rest there. And now straighten your right arm up above you there a little more, and then put your ball on the back of the right hand, that heavy iron ball, the size of a tennis ball, a little smaller, and let it roll, feel it pressing on the hand, let it roll down the back of the hand, right in the middle. Can't be toward the thumb, can't be toward the pinky, right down the middle, right into the middle of your wrist joint. And just let it rest there. And then roll it down the arm toward the elbow, right in the middle. Feel how it knows where the middle is. It could be a very enlightening feeling to understand that this ball knows where the middle is better than you. Easy. It's proprioception. Down to the elbow. And then roll it from the elbow back up the arm again, easy. Right back up the arm again, toward the wrist. Iron metallic metal ball right up onto the back of the hand. Feeling it, pressure it makes on the hand. Every time you feel something, it's a wonderful recognition of the fertility of your nervous system and how alive it can become, because a lot of our nervous system is dormant. And now come back down from the hand, down to the wrist, over the lower arm, feel it rolling on the arm, oh boy, up to the elbow, go past the elbow, up the upper arm, feel it rolling up the upper arm. How does it get up there? Up, over the shoulder, over the deltoid, right onto the back of your right shoulder blade. Not knowing how that happened, kind of not so clear, but it's okay. You got there. And then go back over the shoulder again, down the upper arm, down toward the elbow. Back from the elbow, back down again toward the wrist. Feel it rolling, feel the weight of it, feel the sensations in your arm, over the wrist, onto the hand. Go back to the back of your left heel, put the ball, the metallic iron ball on your left heel, and in your imagination, imagine that you're lifting the heel ever so slightly, that increases the pitch for the ball to roll down just toward your knee, the back of your left knee. Just imagine you're increasing the pitch inside. Notice how little you need to do. And just let the ball roll down toward the knee. Just have to, a very, very slight And now actually do that slight movement. See if you can do it as slight as you imagined. Slight, and let the ball roll down to the left heel, right? Easy, easy. Feel that if you can do it. And feel, and stay in touch with the ball. Feel the ball rolling on the back of the leg. Easy. And now lift the leg a little more and let it roll from the back of the knee up to the back of the left buttock. Easy, easy, very small. Just notice what you can do to assist it. Make it easier and easier so that it's not so much effort as it is dealing with pitch in gravity. Dealing with pitch in gravity. Right? The water flows toward the pitch. Easy, easy. You don't need a big change, big difference. Good. Let that go. Just rest there. Just rest. And now do the same thing with the right arm. Just imagine the ball is on the right arm. Just imagine you're lifting it ever so slightly. You're not lifting, you're just imagining and just increasing the pitch a little so that the ball rolls down from the hand to the elbow, feeling it on the back of the arm, feeling it roll down. Easy, easy, easy. Let it roll down. Easy, easy. And now lift, and now imagine you're lifting a little more so it rolls up the arm. You don't. I know this is difficult to understand. You don't need to make it that the elbow is higher than the shoulder. Don't worry about that. You're using your mind's eye to create the movement, the pitch. Don't worry about if it contradicts your logical thinking. Easy, easy. Go up the arm, right up onto the shoulder blade. Easy. So now let that ball rest on your shoulder blade, and you got a ball on the top of the back of your right buttock, left buttock, and your right shoulder blade. Now begin to lift. Somehow, do something. Don't worry. Just a small movement of lifting the left side of your pelvis there just a little so that the ball rolls across over your buttock and up your back cross your spine. It's got to cross your spine up toward your right shoulder blade. Easy. See if you can chart that out on your grid, the grid of yourself. Easy. And then when you get to the right shoulder blade, let go of the leg, let go of the pelvis, and then lift very, 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 very small. You're lifting the back of the right shoulder blade. Just very tiny, tiny. Just imagine it starts to roll down the back, easy, toward easy, easy. And then do that a few times, going from the left hip up to the back of the right shoulder, from the right shoulder down to the back of the left hip. Easy, easy. And now, very, very gently, lift your right arm and your left leg and roll the ball from your left shoulder. You got to lift yourself a little more. So you start to rock back of your right shoulder down to your left hip, and then from your left hip, see if you can. And listen, if it's too hard, don't do it. If it takes too much, don't do it. Just do what you can and use your imagination to roll the ball. But some of you can do it so that you're lifting. This is really, really strengthening. You're lifting yourself in a way that your right arm is off the floor, your left leg is off the floor, and you're rocking and you're rolling the ball between your right shoulder and left hip. Boom. Back and forth. Pay attention to the ball. Pay attention to the ball. Good. Stay there. Stop and rest. Rest. Easy. Easy. Imagine that there's a string, listen, running from your right hand through your back of your right arm, up to the back of your right shoulder, across your right shoulder, down your back, across to your left hip, down your hip, back, down, right through your right heel. Just imagine there's a string. See the string running through you in that configuration. And imagine somebody pulling the string through your right heel, and it pulls on your right hip. And imagine someone's pulling on the string, it pulls on your right hip, and it pulls on your left shoulder toward the right hip, and it pulls on your right shoulder. Pulls through your left hip, your right shoulder, your right hand. Feel how when you pull the string through the left heel, it gets taut, and it pulls on the left hip. And then it pulls on the right shoulder blade toward the left hip. And then it pulls on the right hand toward the right shoulder blade. And now pull the string from the right through the right hand. So it pulls the right arm, it pulls the right shoulder blade, and then it pulls the left hip, and it pulls the left leg. In your imagination, I know, it's a lot. Good. Let it go. Lie on your backs and rest. Take your time. Doing wonderful. Stay with yourself. A lot's being done. And just pay attention to what you feel lying on the floor now. What do you sense about the length of your legs, your arms, your spine? Notice your breathing. What's different about your breathing? There's something clearer in these 5 lines. There's something different about the way you feel about yourself on the floor, you know. Easy. Come to lying on your backs again, stomachs again, please. Easy on your stomachs. And again, put one hand on top of the other and put your forehead very gently. No, I'm sorry. Let the hands be a little bit apart, actually up above you. Let the hands be up above you. They don't have to be fully straight, but up above you. Let the arms be a little extended. And now, listen, put your chin on the floor. Very little. You don't have to have any weight on your nose, no weight on your forehead, just the chin on the floor, right? Now I want you to take your little metal ball, and I want you to put your little metal ball right in the crook of your neck, between your head and the top of your shoulder blades. So it's right in the middle of where the neck is, between the shoulders and the head. So the ball is right in there. And have your chin on the floor, right? And now very, very easy. Listen, to move the bone of your chin away from the flesh. Keep the flesh on the floor. So that the ball on your neck just rolls to the top of your shoulder blades. And then let the chin come back down and let the ball roll back into the crook of the neck. Nice and small, easy, easy. So you keep your chin, the flesh of the chin on the floor, and just lift from the inside. It's as if you're lifting a bone. Remember a while ago we did all that work with the bones of the face and all that. Now we're separating that. So you're lifting the bones of the chin away from the floor. The bones of your face are coming back a little, and your neck starts to bend a little in a certain way, and the ball rolls down to the top of the shoulder blades. Mm-hmm. And then let the chin come back down again. Pay attention to the ball now more, to the weight of the ball. And notice how it goes right into the middle of your shoulder blades, right onto your spine. It stays right in the middle. And then go back down again, bringing your chin forward, let the ball roll back up again. And once again, taking the chin away, make sure you're breathing. Now listen, to let the ball go down a little further, don't think so much of lifting the head. Lift your sternum, the front of your chest up, and let the ball roll down your back to the bottom of your sternum, which is right behind your solar plexus, right? So in the back, it's right at the bottom of you're going to feel where it is. In the front, it's at the sternum. In the back, It's in that, right at the back of the solar plexus. Then let the sternum come back down. Let the ball roll up the back, right up again between the shoulder blades. Let the chin come down and it comes right back onto the back of your neck again. Easy, easy, easy. And then once again, lifting the chin, the ball starts to roll back down, vertebra by vertebra, feeling it on your back. Start to lift your sternum in the middle, it goes down toward your solar plexus. Now come up a little bit more, and you're going to see it goes all the way down to your navel. It actually goes all the way down to your pelvis, right in the middle of your back, just where your waist is, where your spine goes into your pelvis, and then listen. For the ball to go back up, you have to do something very peculiar with your pelvis here. Just feel what you do, and then let the ball roll back up toward toward the navel, up your back, then toward the solar plexus, then up between the shoulder blades, right up over the shoulder blade, the chin finds the floor, so the ball rolls right up into the back of the neck again. And then once again, start to lift the chin, let the ball go down even slower. And then you lift the sternum even slower to the back of the solar plexus, even slower, down to the back of the navel, down to the back of your pelvis. Now, to get back up, you got to start at the pelvis. You got to do something very peculiar with your buttocks, with your tummy, and then start to roll the ball back up by pushing it, by doing something with a lift in the buttocks in a certain way. It pushes the ball back up, very peculiar, right? Up, back up, find that, back up to the solar plexus, up the back, between the shoulder blades, right into the crooked in the back, and the chin is back on the floor. Easy, easy, easy. And one more time, do it again, please. The whole thing all the way, lifting the head back, down the back, down toward the solar plexus, down into the navel, chest is coming up, down into the back of the pelvis. Lift your buttocks, do something with your buttocks so that the pelvis kind of tilts. The back of the pelvis tilts up a little, and it pushes through the spine to bring the ball back up behind the solar plexus, up behind your shoulder blades. The head comes down, the chin on the floor. Easy, 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 just easy, just easy, just easy, just easy, easy. Now, just try this. Lift both your legs ever so slightly off the floor. And now do the movement. Lift the back of the neck, lift the chin, let the ball roll down the back of the neck, down, lift the solar plexus, down to let it go back down into the pelvis, and then keeping the legs there, roll it back up. Do something with your pelvis to roll, push it back up, push it back up, push it back up, easy. Let the arms be easy. Let it go right up, back up, and let the chin come down. Relax the legs down. Relax the legs when you get all the way back up. And then again, nice and easy. Once again, lift both the legs just a little and start to take the chin away. The ball rolls down your spine. Start to lift your sacrum off the floor, your sternum off the floor, and the head comes up a little more, and you go down lower and lower until you feel that ball come all the way down, right in the middle of the back, the arch of the back, right in the back, and then you got to do something right there with the legs long, push through the pelvis, the ball goes back up, ball goes back up, the ball goes back up, ball goes back up, easy, 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 back up, right? Make it clearer and clearer what the ball is doing. Don't worry about the legs and this and that. And then you come and you bring them down. Then do it again one more time with the legs up all the way down, easy, 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 all the way, nice and easy, nice and easy. Yes, and then you got to come back up. Good. And now, rest with your legs down. And now listen. without lifting the legs. Do the movement. Take the chin away. Let the ball roll down your back, slow, easy. Start to lift your sternum down to the solar plexus. Lift it a little more, the sternum down to the back of the navel, down to your pelvis. And now notice what you do. Start to do something with the pelvis, push it back up. Easy, easy, easy. Very different. Slow. Feel the ball going up. Feel it going up, 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 till the chin comes back, right? Right? Easy. Now, let the arms be a little long up there. Take your ball and bring it to the arch of your back where your pelvis is. Bring the ball down to the arch of your back. Let your head be right. Bring it down to the arch of the back, right? Very, very gently now. Listen. Let the ball be at the arch of your back, and I want you to do very, very small now. I want you to lift your right leg a little and your left arm a little, and let the ball go back and forth, up toward your left shoulder, down toward your right hip. Rock it. Let one arm go up. Let the arm go up a little. Let the leg go down a little. Up and down. Up and down. Don't go all the way down with either. Just let the ball, see if that's different now for you. See if you're able to do it a little. So let the ball roll up toward your shoulder blade and down to and you're going to get you're really going to strengthen your pelvis here. You're really going to strengthen all the muscles in your waist there. Easy, 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 good. Let that go. Bring the legs down. Do the same thing now on the other side, bringing the left leg, the right arm, and get the ball right in the middle of there, and then roll it up toward the right elbow, and then down right scapula, and then down toward the left hip. Finding how to rock, easy, easy, not too high, rock. And now, see, some of you you're at the gym. Get away from the gym. Feel the ball moving more than the gym. Feel the ball moving. Forget the gym. It's not going to do you any good here. It's going to take you away from your nervous system. You're going to act like a robot. Stay in touch with yourself. Easy, easy, easy. Good. Lie on your backs and rest. Wonderful. Now let's pay attention as you're lying on your backs and resting to the image that we were working with today. What is the image? Okay, so I want you to pay attention now to run a line, a string line, from your right heel to your right hip, up to your left shoulder, across your back, down to your left hand. Run that string, a string image. And now, very gently, begin to pull the string through the right heel. And feel what you sense when you do that in your left shoulder and your left arm. When somebody pulls the string, just feel if there's a reflective response going on. Easy, easy. And now let go of that, just very, very quick. From the left heel up to the left hip, over to the right shoulder blade, down to the right hand, the string, and now pull the string through the left heel. Easy. Feel what happens. Pull. Don't tighten yourself up. Don't do anything with your muscles. Just let the string move through you, and feel when you pull it through the left heel, what happens to your right shoulder, your right arm. Good. Now, the smallest movement you can do. Lengthen your right heel down a little, as if you were pushing through it. The smallest you can do. No. So you tighten your foot, you tighten your buttocks, you tighten your life. Just the smallest you can do. And feel if there's a response in your left shoulder, your left arm. And now do the same thing with the left leg. You should tighten nothing, not your toes, not your heel, nothing. Just the smallest movement you can do. Imagining is just as well. And just feel what happens. Now, Do the same thing with your right arm and then your left arm, or going away from you. The smallest movement you can do, down and away, down and away. Just imagine what happens in the other arm. And does anything happen with the image when you, let's go to the right arm. You do the right arm. What happens to your left hip, your left leg? Can you get a sense that the left hip, left leg is getting pulled up toward the right shoulder, down toward the right arm? Do the same thing with the left arm. Just lengthen the left arm just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. It's not about muscle or movement or doing something well. It's about feeling connection. It's about feeling connections inside yourself. Good. Let it go. Let it go and rest. Just notice how you lie on the floor. So that diagonal image of the self is what we worked on today. How there's a crossing over of the body, of the torso, that makes movement much easier, much more integrated. And because of that crossing over of the body, it gives us so many more choices on the diagonal. If we walked like a robot and the arms and the legs were both on the same side doing the same movement in the same way, we would not be who we are. So much of what we think of as intelligence is a byproduct of this ability to cross from one hemisphere to the other. Feel yourself. Please come to standing with yourself, nice and easy. Take your time. And in standing, pay attention to what you're sensing, what you're feeling. Try not to fix yourself, straighten yourself out. Just stay with whatever it is that you're sensing and feeling as you stand. What's different? What's different about standing? What do you feel in your legs, the length of your arms? What seems different? Don't do anything. Stop. Feel. Don't do anything. You don't need to shake yourself. You don't need to straighten yourself. You don't need to do anything. You just need to feel what's going on. And now, bring your weight over to your right heel and imagine the ball going up your right leg and at the same time the ball going down your left arm. And then come back to the middle. Easy. Inhale, bring your weight over to your right heel and the ball goes up your right leg and down your right arm. Same time. And to do that, it has to cross your back somewhere. Again, inhale, go over to your right heel, the ball goes up your right leg, down your right arm. You don't need to make anything go up and down. You just need to imagine it. Your body, your nervous system's doing the work. You don't need to make yourself longer or shorter. That's all happening at the proprioceptive level. Now, come back to the middle. In the same way that when you walk through a door, you walk through the middle of the door. You don't need to make yourself walk through the middle of a door. If you did that with your consciousness, you'd start looking stupid. You'd look like an idiot. Oh, I got to walk through the middle of the door. Proprioception takes care of that. Now bring your weight over to your left heel, the ball goes up your left leg and down your right arm. If you're doing it, you're acting idiotic. As if you have a nervous system problem, as if you had a neurological problem. If somebody said to you, talk, and talk as if you have to talk, you would be dumb. You don't talk like that, you just talk. So let your nervous system take over. Go over to your left heel, it goes up your left leg and down your right arm. Faster than you can think. Come back to the middle. Go over to your right heel, goes up your right heel, down your left arm. Faster than you can think. It just happens. Just be aware of it. Come back to the middle. Feel how you stand on the floor now. Feel the sense of groundedness, the length of your arms. Okay, again, I'm going to say the lesson's over now. Wait a minute. Oh, boy. Wow, the lesson's over. Where's my phone? Where's my life? How can I get back over there? How can I lose all of this that I just did? Go. Be crazy with yourself. Stay with yourself 5, 10, 15 minutes. It will pay off, please. Thank you. Have fun.
Thank you, Larry. Happy Sunday.
Okay. I'm going to start yelling at
Hi,
you.
guys. Just wave to everybody.
What happened?
Yeah, just waving to everybody online here.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Antonio, that was our Tai Chi class. Hi to Marty. Hey, Marty. And that's it, I think. Oh, we have Leon. Hey, Leon. What's up, man?
Yeah.
Good to see you. All right. Okay. See you guys. Have a wonderful Sunday.
Oh, you